Hey, welcome back to the Cigar Asylum, and today's review is going to be on the Deliverance Nocturne by the Black Label Trading Company. Well, I was going to do this on the back porch today, but then we've got all this rain going on, and we don't have our porch awning, our cover up yet, so we'll go ahead and do it here. But I think it's kind of a nice day, even though it's rainy, but it's kind of that spring rain that smells good and kind of feels fresh, and things are starting to turn green. So let's take a look at the wrapper here. It's a little hard to see. It's a very dark cigar. The band is a skeleton, silver skeleton with a black background and silver around it. But the wrapper itself is it's kind of rough. Definitely has visible veins, and it's very rough and toothy. Let's light it up here and see what we can get out of it. So I thought today would be a good day to review this cigar. One, because this is my first time with it, and I've heard very good things about this. And two, it's kind of drawn a parallel between what's going on in the world here. I feel like the name of the cigar, Deliverance, which means to rescue, to save from peril of some kind. And also with the spring rain coming. Rain is cleansing, and spring the beginning of new things and new birth. And I think we all kind of need that right now. The whole world needs that with what's going on. So it seemed fitting to review this today. So let's get started here. Again, this is the Deliverance Nocturne put out by the Black Label Trading Company. Your wrapper is a Pennsylvania broadleaf aged to Maduro color. The binder is a Nicaraguan Habano. And the fillers, you have two fillers, are Nicaraguan and a Pennsylvania broadleaf. The shape of this is a perfecto, and it measures 5 inches by 56 ring gauge. It's kind of reminds me of like a cigar from the old cartoons, the way it's shaped. So from the start here, this starts off very strong with a kind of a robust coffee and cinnamon. In fact, on kind of in the background, the cinnamon lingers in your mouth for a bit. The smoke output is about medium right now. And look at that ash. It's almost a perfect cone going on there. Wow, this is definitely a very bold cigar, no doubt about it. I'm going to guess by the time I'm done, this is not going to be a cigar for beginners. This is kind of leaving a little bit of a harshness in the back of the throat, but that's okay. The flavors are really good. I'm also starting to pick up kind of a barnyard type of flavor. And I think pepper too. This thing has a lot of flavors going on with it. It is complex. I think these are running about $10.50. I bought a fiver from Atlantic Cigar Company, and I think it might have been like $45 for a 5-pack, but singles were like $10.50. I apologize. I noticed the cigar looks a little blurry there. I think the humidity, I've had to wipe my lens off because it is very humid out here. The moisture is just incredible, and it's fogging up my glasses and the camera lens. Look at that ash. It just keeps going. Doesn't show any signs of falling off. I haven't had to touch up or relight it or anything at this point. But what a crazy time we're living in right now. We're definitely making history around the world, the country, all countries. It's kind of funny because I had called my doctor's office about something yesterday, and she said, she goes, we're going to be answering the phones, but as of today, we're closed. I said, you're closed? I said, you're the doctor's office. I said, how could you guys be closed? And she gave me some answer, but I don't know. I think that's silly. I mean, what are you supposed to do if you do get sick? The coronavirus is not the only thing out there, and people still have everyday medical needs that need to be taken care of. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on with that. What you're supposed to do if you get sick or you need to go in and see the doctor at this point. So we are still running strong on the coffee, and the cinnamon's tapered off, but the pepper is definitely in there. The barnyard flavor is in there, and let me get that band off because it keeps slipping. Let me show you guys this a little bit up close. Maybe we can see it better. There we go. See it a little bit better. It's just a very dark band, but it's very cool. I like the band. I like the skeleton on it, although I'm trying to figure out Deliverance and the skeleton maybe delivering us from life or death. I don't know. I think a lot of people, when they hear the word Deliverance, they in America we think of that movie, Burt Reynolds and Warren Beatty. That's a pretty crazy movie, pretty disturbing movie. Even by today, I watched it not too long ago, and it's still messed up. Well, spring is definitely coming on. You can see the grass is starting to get greener, and buds on the little bush tree out there. I think that's a lilac bush that we have. Tell you what, I am super impressed with this ash on this cigar. Usually a sign of a well-made cigar on the inside. And I'm about halfway through now. And I want to reiterate how bold this cigar is and strong. The nicotine content in this is pretty heavy. Nicotine doesn't usually affect me, but I'm getting quite a little buzz off of it. And the flavors are very deep and rich. And like I said, it does leave a bit of harshness in the back of the throat. And also kind of a burnt coffee kind of residue taste that kind of lingers for a bit. I'm trying to keep this ash together as long as I can, so I whittled a little pokey stick out of a chopstick that I had. See how long we can keep this thing going. But even with the harshness in the throat and the kind of burnt coffee aftertaste, this still is really a good cigar. The flavors are just there, and it's if you're looking for something that's going to kick your ass a little bit, this is definitely the cigar. Something else they announced today too. They closed our schools until May 1st, which I don't quite understand. I'm not sure. Originally it was for 2 weeks, and now they've extended that. And I'm just thinking, well, why not just kind of play it by ear as it goes and see what happens after the 2 weeks. But I don't know. I guess not. But we'll all get through this thing for sure. Oh no! Well, we'll just wrap it up that way.
Looks like a looked like it had a toothpick in it, like it was a cocktail weenie.
Cocktail weenie. Well, I tried to keep the ash as long as I could, and it fell on my lap, obviously off screen there. But I got to tell you, I highly recommend this cigar. It's very potent, as cigars go. It's not for beginners, that's for sure. Pretty much every flavor that was in there, the pepper, the cinnamon, the coffee, which the coffee was, to me, was the strongest through the whole cigar. Kind of the barnyard, all those flavors were very deep and strong. So, and like I said, the nicotine on this is pretty heavy too. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 cigars. Taking some off for the kind of harshness, the somewhat unattractive wrapper, and I'm still tasting the kind of the burnt coffee residue in my mouth. But even with that, it does not take away from this cigar. So, well, I appreciate you guys watching, and remember to keep the insanity for the Cigar Asylum.